bit there, yeah. Let's come back and scooch back into your chair. We're going to do our guided rest and relaxation. I did want to show you an alternate place to be once we're, in this position. You can be seated back in your chair, your back kind of settled in here. You can cross at those ankles, arms wherever you need to, get comfortable, right? But if you're able to get down to the floor, here's an alternate thing that you might want to try. So I'm using a chair to help myself get down to the floor. And it's called legs on the chair or legs on the couch position. So you can either have your legs here on the chair or you turn sideways and bring your legs on the chair. You can cross those ankles also. So this again helps release tension going on in that back. So this is very beneficial. You sleep on your back at night, so it's like having a cushion underneath the bend of the knees. Again, it helps release the tension held in those hip flexors. So again, I'm going to come up to the front of the room for our guided rest and relaxation. I use the chair to come up off the floor because that's just a little bit more safe for what's going on with my body these days. So I invite you to get comfortable, whatever that means to you. Now you can have the eyes closed. You can tuck the chin in towards your chest. Eyes open or closed. Either way it's going to go, right? And I have a little script I like to use for our practices today. Whew. So maybe you need to kind of like wiggle something because, you're feeling some tension going on. So maybe a little shoulder wiggles here. Maybe you're going to shake a leg or an arm out. Again, just get comfortable. Settle into your chair. And just notice that you're breathing. Notice the belly, the chest expanding as you inhale. And then contracting, falling as you exhale. So it's like inhale, rise. Exhale, falling. Listen to the breath as it goes in through the nostril tips. And then let's notice whatever's supporting us. Notice the places in our body that are touching the chair, the back, the buttocks, the back of the legs. You're laying on your back. Maybe it's the back of the head, maybe a little bit more shoulders. What else? If you're, again, laying on the floor, on the chair, the calves on the chair, on the couch. And then notice where your feet are touching what supports. Just notice that sensation of support here. Then contrast that with noticing the front places of your body. So, maybe you have your heater or air conditioner on or the fan on. So you may be noticing the air coming across your skin. You may actually feel the clothing on the skin. Just notice how the front places of the body feel a little different than the back places of the body that are being supported by the surface. So notice the pressure, the sensation there. And then notice the air coming across the skin. Good. Laura, let's go through different places of our body. It's called a little miniature body scan. So just notice the top of your head. So you'll think top of my head. You'll imagine where the top of the head is. The shoulders, the chest. Notice the belly button, those hips. Notice the tops of the legs, the knees, the shins, the top of the feet. Now, notice the bottom of the feet, the calves, the back of the legs, the buttocks, low back, mid back, upper back, back of the head, top of the head. Notice the 5 sets or the 10 toes that we have, a set of 5 on each side. Notice your two thumbs and the fingers, the palms of the hands, the forearms, the inside of the elbows, the upper arms, the armpits, the elbows, the back of the hands. Notice the eyes, the nose, the mouth. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. And as you let it out, continue to relax, release, let go of the body tension. Beautiful. Now let's work with some opposite sensations. Once again, let's imagine our body feeling very heavy as a rock. We're making a deep impression into our chair, into the surface that's supporting us. The arms are heavy, the legs are heavy, the torso is heavy, the head is heavy. Now, let's flip that to feeling as light as a feather. The arms are light, the legs are light, the torso is light. The body feeling as light as a feather, as if you were floating up towards the sky. Good. Once again, notice the places that are supporting you, the surface that's supporting you. Notice the breath. Again, as you breathe in, that belly and chest rise. And as you exhale, the belly sinks. Again, inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. We're going to come back into the now, back into the present moment. So I invite you to wiggle those toes, those fingers just ever so softly. Maybe add a little bit more movement with the wrist. Maybe move the heels up and down, pumping those calves. And then if you're at the back of your chair, I invite you to come forward on the front of your chair. Once again, engaging those tall posture muscles. The hands back to heart center, hook those thumbs, and then press the hands one direction, turn the head the other. Just notice if it feels a little different now. Maybe, maybe not. And then inhale back to the center. Big old breath right there. Then exhale, push it the other direction. Again, notice if there's any increases in your range of motion. Maybe, maybe not. Inhaling back to the center. Release the hands on your lap and squeeze the shoulders towards your ears. Give it a good squeeze right here. Then relax and release. Whew. Let's do that again. Squeeze up towards your ears. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. So this next part is whether you want to either have hands stacked on your heart, or again, maybe those hooked thumbs into your chest, or gratitude practice. I'm going to do stacked hands because that way I can feel my heartbeat. So I invite you to nod your head towards your heart center. So that's in gratitude for you just showing up today. Let's think of one thing that we are grateful for today, whether it's a person, a pet, the place where we lay our head down at night. Maybe it's the food that we eat. Again, something that you have a bit of thankfulness today. And again, gather that, bring that into your heart space. Just hold that there for a moment. And you can either keep your chin towards your chest or bring your chin to look forward. Eyes can be opened or softly closed as we say our ending sayings, and then I'll stop the recording, and then I'll come back on to where if you have any questions, go ahead and ask some questions. So, the light in me honors and respects the light in you. So let's take that peace, the strength, and the understanding, and that little attitude of gratitude, and let's pass it on. Namaste, which means the light in me honors and respects the light in you. This concludes our practice of chair yoga with Gail.